Level 1, the curious kid. You're 14 years old. It's past midnight. Your room is completely dark, except for the glow of your computer screen. You're watching a video explaining how Wi-Fi encryption actually works. Not how to break it, how it works. Electromagnetic waves, data packets, encryption algorithms, handshake protocols. The narrator speaks calmly, no hype, no tricks, just breaking down a complex system into something understandable. You watch it once, then again, then a third time, because something inside you just clicked. You were never the troublemaker smart kid. You were the quiet one. The one who fixes things instead of breaking them. Computers, routers, slow systems. You don't guess, you figure it out. Teachers say you're logical. Your family says you spend too much time alone. But you don't feel lonely. You feel focused. You start exploring forums, documentation, open source tools. And you discover a group of people who study how systems are built and how they fail. They call themselves security researchers, penetration testers, white hats. You install a security testing system on your computer. At first, you don't run anything. You just study the tools point one by one. Like learning a language no one taught you. A system language. And to you, this isn't hacking. It's understanding how reality is built. Level 2, the tester. You're 16 now. Understanding isn't enough anymore. You need proof. So you start testing things. First in controlled environments. Then mentally asking, what would happen in the real world? One night, you connect to a network that isn't yours, just to see if your understanding is real. And it is .no alarms, .no resistance, just access. And something changes. Not excitement. Awareness. Systems aren't locked. They're just unguessed. Later, you find a vulnerability in your school system. An outdated interface. Weak authentication. You're inside in less than half an hour. Grades, notices, admin files. Nothing interesting. You leave. But you don't stop. You start using scripts written by others. You don't fully understand them. But they work. In that world, people call this script kiddie, the lowest level. And you know IT.so you make a decision. Not just to use tools, but to understand them. Level 3, the builder. You're 18 now. You start learning seriously. Python.c. Assembly. Network protocols. Databases. Encryption basics. You don't just study. You rebuild things from scratch to understand them. Break them. Fix them. Repeat. Now you can find real vulnerabilities. SQL injection. Privilege escalation flaws. Broken authentication systems. You submit your first report to a bug bounty platform. You get paid a few $100. Not life-changing, but real, and more importantly, legitimate proof that your skills matter. You realize something. There is a legal way to find system weaknesses, but not every weakness is reported. Sometimes you see it and walk away. You tell yourself, if no one gets hurt, it's fine. But deep down, you know that logic doesn't fully hold. Level 4, the anonymous network. You're 19. You open an anonymous network tool for the first time. You already knew it existed, but you never entered it. Because you know it's not just technology. It's a marketplace. A parallel system. And when you get in, it's not chaos. It's organized. Forums, ratings, escrow systems, structured transactions, people selling system access like products, company name, access level, price tag. And suddenly you realize everything connected has an entry point, and every entry point has value. Someone posts a job looking for penetration tester, long-term work. You close the page, but you open it again 2 days later. Level 5, the first job. You're 20 now. You take the job. You tell yourself reasons. It's just technical work. Just testing systems. If you don't do it, someone else will. Target, a logistics company. You spend 3 weeks. Recon, phishing, exploitation, careful steps, silent entry. Then it works. You get in. You hand over access. $5,000 in crypto arrives. And you sit there, not thinking about the money, but what it means. You're no longer someone who tests systems. You're someone who opens them. Level 6. The system beyond you. You're 22. You're part of a group now. Not a company. Not a team. Something looser. More anonymous. Your role is simple. Find entry points. Nothing more. One target changes everything. A medical institution. Old VPN vulnerability. You gain access, you pass it along. Then you move on. Days later, systems go down. Hospitals struggle. Records are inaccessible. Treatments are delayed. And then you read the report. A patient dies during the disruption. No direct attribution. No certainty. But the timeline is there. And for the first time, you realize something terrifying. You never see what happens after you open a door. Only the moment it opens. Level 7, the aftershock. You tell yourself it wasn't you. You didn't encrypt anything. You didn't demand anything. You didn't choose the outcome. But logic starts to collapse. Because without your entry, none of it happens. And now you understand. In complex systems, you don't control outcomes. You only control access. Level 8 collapse. Then arrests begin. People you know disappear. Channels go silent. You wipe everything. Accounts, devices, history. You disappear into normal life. But normal life feels temporary. Because now you're waiting. OT for opportunity. For exposure. Level 9, the offer. Then one morning. A knock at the door. 2 agents. Calm. Prepared. They already know enough. More than you expected. They don't arrest you. They offer you a choice. Work with them. Use your knowledge. Or stay exposed to a system already closing in on you. You think about it for a long time. Then you say yes. Level 10, the after. You're 30 now. You work in cybersecurity. Legally, publicly. You find vulnerabilities. And you fix them. You prevent what you once enabled. But you still remember one thing. A hospital system. A door you opened. And consequences you never directly saw. But can never fully forget. And somewhere right now, a teenager is watching a video about systems. Thinking it's just curiosity. Just learning. Just exploring. But you know how this story goes. Because you were him. And every system eventually has an entry point.